quick break. I just want to say thank you for all the people around the world, Jamaica, Germany, Asia, Europe, South America. Thank you for listening to Leap of Health. Thank you for the support. And remember, my book is out. You can find it on Barnes& and Nobles and Amazon. It's called Parents Are Greatest Teachers. Thank you again for all the support. And now, back to our episode. Hello, everyone. This is your host, Alex Balgood, and this is Leap of Health. And today we have Karen Tatiana Baden. How about that? Right? Yes. She's certified Master of Wisdom and Meditation teacher. She does sound healing, meditation, and some other modalities, I believe. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I'm extremely excited, and I'm an open book, so you can ask me any questions you want.
Yes, let's go. We're going to be talking today about sound healing. So tell us, but before we go into that, tell us a little bit about your story. How did you discover this was what you wanted to do? I mean, a lot of people feel like meditation might be like, boring or things like that. But how did you find it, like the love and the passion for it to be where you are now?
Yeah, absolutely. So for 22 years, I was actually in corporate America. I have two masters and a doctorate in business administration and development. And all my life, I've kind of dabbled into meditation. I was what they call crisis meditators, where I only meditated when like my life was falling apart. And then my life would get better and I would be like, oh, great. And I would stop. And that's most of us. I think we all want to be in this space of mindfulness and stillness and slowing down, but we can't find a practice. Well, that was me. And almost 7 years ago, I was having a really bad time. I was struggling with work. And my last position in corporate was of a CEO. I was running a cat shelter. I'm a huge animal advocate. And I was feeling more and more overwhelmed where the panic attacks were coming consistently, the anxiety attacks. My husband was like, you got to do something because, you're just out of whack. And,
Mhm.
when you're running from that space, it's really hard to be a good mom and a good wife and a good director. So, and most of my staff was feeling pretty much the same way. So I invited a meditation teacher to come and help us distressify. And her name is Julie Rake. She's amazing. And she did a 10-minute metta meditation, which is all about love and kindness for yourself and others. And it completely transformed my life. I was like, oh my God, this is what I want every single day. So I planted a seed that day. I was like, I'm going to commit to meditating every single day, but I had no idea what I was doing. And I asked Julie, I said, how do I start? And she's like, download the app Insight Timer. So I was like, okay. So I downloaded the app and I was literally doing only 3 minutes a day. That's all I could like really sit for. And so I was following a bunch of teachers. And through that process, I found that I wasn't feeling relaxed. I was feeling more angry than anything else, mad at the world. And I didn't understand why. So there was a beginners group in Inside Timer, and I asked, others like, "Are you feeling this?" And they're like, "You should really look for David G." And so I sent him a message, and he wrote me back, and that really started my true deep meditation practice. 1 month turned into 2 months to 3 months, where I was developing this really deep connection to my teacher and a deep connection to the practice. And I went to a meditation retreat and I stood up in front of 37 people and I said, this is what I want to do. My purpose in life is to teach and inspire others that transformation is possible through meditation. And that's where I started Open Lotus, and I wasn't a sound healer right in the beginning. That actually came to me in a meditation where it was like, you should heal through sound. And I was like, what the heck is that? And I started to do some research, but spirit has a way to connect with you and inspire you and give you these beautiful messages. We have a saying, or my teacher taught me very long time ago, that every answer that we're looking for lies in our heart.
Hmm.
Just need to quiet the fluctuations of the mind so we can hear the whispers of the heart. And
Hmm.
I felt that the more I meditated, the more that quiet, that stillness was in my life, the easier I was able to hear my heart's needs and wantings. And in that came the sound healing. So I purchased bowls, very expensive bowls, because of course I'm a type A personality. I either do everything all the way or not at all.
Right.
Um, and I never looked back. I sat down and I just started playing, and I've been doing that for almost 4 years. And I have a class here in Tucson every Friday at 11, and then I do a class on Saturdays once a month. I've been able to play for hundreds of people through David G. I was actually in California for a few weeks and I played for his students, and it was a beautiful experience. But pretty much I got into this beautiful practice because my life was falling apart, and I was blessed to have someone come in and teach me all of the things that I needed to be taught at that time. And so it really inspired me. This is what I do full time. I'm a meditation teacher, a coach, whatever you want to call me.
Hmm.
I have clients every single day, six days a week. And between the sound healing and just the regular meditation sessions, I do meditation retreats as well in Sedona. I have corporate packages, so definitely a lot. And I also have a meditation membership. So I've been very busy this past 4 years, just really blooming and allowing Open Lotus to guide, to just, I guess, yeah, guide Open Bloom into what it needs to be. So it's been a very special experience for me, and I'm very blessed and lucky. I know every single day I have such a sense of gratitude in my heart for what I do, because there's so many people out there that want this, but they don't necessarily know how to get started. And
Hmm.
because I had such a strong background in business, I was able to start a business where it's been successful, and I've been able to move forward in the things that I want to complete and do. So long-winded answer. My life was falling apart. I stepped into the practice really committed, and then here I am.
Oh, that's great. I mean, you were in a place where mind, body, and soul was not happy. And I felt like we all get to that point in our lives, but we don't pay attention and we just keep going and going until we either get sick or something else happens. And that's when, we listen a little bit, or we stop, or we forcefully get stopped by some sort of accident, or we, I don't know, we get some pain here and there. And so I love that you actually stopped and listened, and you haven't looked back at that since. Now you have an amazing business, you do what you like, and you're helping a lot of people, which is just amazing. I love that you said that. It was a really great point that you said we meditate when we're in trouble, or when we need something. It almost reminded me, right? My mom always says, like, you guys only pray when you're in trouble. And it kind of like it's the same thing, whether you call it meditation or prayer or whatever it is. We, as just individuals and regular human beings, we tend to look for the help and the pray in our bad times. Was it difficult for you at that moment?
To start a meditation practice, or to, yeah. Um, I just didn't understand exactly what meditation was, and I didn't know if I was doing it correctly. There's two major reasons why people stop meditating. One is that they don't have the time, and two is that they don't know, or they don't see the benefits fast enough. But I think because I'm such I need to get this right. kind of person, I really pushed through those things. And I allowed myself space to do it small at first. And I even made a bet with my husband, which also helped because, I want to be right. It was like, if I'm still meditating after 90 days, we're going to turn the office into a meditation space. And this was at our old house. And I sure was meditating every single day, twice a day. And I think that also having my meditation teacher, David G, really, really made a huge difference. And I can sincerely say with my own clients that when you have that individual there who's really um, providing you support and accountability and you're learning, you're putting attention and the energy flows there, right? Because in life, it's all about attention, intention, and action. And to kind of bring it full circle to what you said, that we normally pray or meditate when things are going not well in our lives, has to do with that concept that, our attention, intention, and action tends to shift and say, okay, how can I make this better? What can I bring into my space to bring in some, less suffering? Or if it's financial woes, like how can I make more money, etc. And when we put the right attention and intention into those spaces, into that energy, we can then put an action step to see it bloom, and then we actually see it happen.
Mhm.
That's manifesting at its best, at its finest, and it's very scientific because our reticular activating system in our brain is our bouncer. And so if we're putting attention into having a better outcome or shifting a experience that's hurtful, or where you're suffering, we are going to bring in more of the positive states of attraction into our lives if that's where we're putting our attention. That's
Mhm.
why when people are pessimist or they spend a lot of time in this space of like, woo me, the
Mhm.
world hates me, they stay in that energy, right? But when we put energy into the positive, nurturing areas in our lives, we bring more of that into our lives.
Mhm.
So whatever gets you there, whatever gets you into that space of finding healing, is a blessing.
Yeah.
That's why when we look at all of the challenges that we had in our life, and we look at them through the lens of being finite, and that they're learning and growing opportunities, we can actually see that they were blessings,
Mhm.
because they lead us to better options in the future, better decision making in the future, if that's the way we take the challenges in
Mhm.
life.
For sure. I think I love that. Definitely grabbing our attention to better things always will feel that good energy to bring us more good things. Um, what I think a lot of us have heard of sound healing, and it's almost like a trended thing now. First it was the yoga thing, and everybody wanted to do yoga. Then everybody hears about meditation, and they want to do all that, and it's great. Both of those things are great, but I feel like we get these little blooms of things, and people just are like, yeah, I've heard about that. But what is exactly sound healing, and how do you incorporate it with meditation?
Yeah. So sound healing is a modality. It's a part of a meditation practice. And what it is, vibrational healing, where this has been around for thousands and thousands of years. Music has been used for healing. I mean, you see it in the shamans, you read about it in the Vedic texts, in Patanjali, in the Bhagavad Gita. It doesn't matter, the Bible. Song instruments have been a part of our healing process for millennia. Now, in this day and age, we have beautiful scientific evidence that we can, follow how vibrations heal. When it comes to sound healing, we're using crystal bowls, we're using Tibetan bowls,
Hmm.
Indian bowls, flow chimes, waves, flutes, not gongs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To bring in these vibrational specific herbs that are going to heal our body. Now, our energetic centers is based on our seven chakras, which is turning or wheels. And when we are out of balance, they manifest in physical aspects of our bodies, insomnia, thyroid issues, arthritis, pain, lower back pain, shoulder pain, etc., high blood pressure. And sound healing is actually scientifically proven to help all of those areas through
Hmm.
this vibrational healing, the sound that we make through the bowls. When I heal, I use five different modalities. And it really, it's an intuition thing for me. So I always do smaller groups. My classes are about 5 to 7 people. And we talk, we kind of see where everyone is at. I love using aromatherapy with sound healing because aromatherapy goes straight into the frontal cortex of the brain. So it helps you relax and go into that state. But sound healing is exactly what you hear it is. It's an actual healing that you're going to receive to balance, align, and open your chakra centers to bring in healing into your body, soul, mind, and spirit, to kind of give you the definition of it.
Hmm.
And there are many different styles of healers when it comes to sound healing. I'm a very unique one. I don't think I've heard enough where people are like, "Oh my God, you play completely different." I'm like, "Yes," because I don't know, I tap from a different place when it comes to the bowls. But it's a beautiful way to meditate. One, it's super easy because all you have to do is lay down. The teacher does all the heavy lifting,
Hmm.
and it's extremely relaxing. For the most part, people fall asleep through a healing, and that's perfectly fine. Sleeping, having thoughts, or going into stillness, those are the three things that can happen when you're meditating. And no matter what happens during that healing is going to be perfect because you're going to receive exactly what you need.
Hmm. And what are some of the things that you do as you're playing the balls? Do you I know we talked about earlier you do a guided meditation, right? Is that something that it's usually happens when they're doing the sound healing?
So the way my classes actually go, I have people lay down and I do start with the settling and a witnessing of the body. Because it's important to know, it's a biomarker. It lets us understand what's going on with the physical body first, which is our main source of understanding of what we need.
Hmm.
So when people lay down and they start to settle in, I tell them to breathe in, to breathe out, and then they start to witness, what are they feeling in that moment? Where's their tightness? Is there, pressure or pain or constrictions or heaviness? And when you go into that state, that's the guided part. Like when you're going into that state of understanding where you are with your physical body, the healing of the sound that happens after that, that transition, really helps people heal and release what they're holding on to, because it's all about releasing,
Hmm.
right? Emptying what is full so we can fill what is empty.
Right. Nice. How long do they usually these sessions last for people that have never like they don't know what to expect? Like, what am I gonna do in this sound healing sessions? They sound exciting, but not too sure what's happening
Um,
there.
so my sessions are 90 minutes long. We're not healing for 90 minutes, but the whole class is 90 minutes. So by the time you get there, settle in, the play-in is actually 50 minutes. Anything more than that, you start to get really uncomfortable because you're
Mm.
hearing these vibrations consistently, and the body is 70% water. So you're like literally moving every cell in your body and
Mhm.
regenerating positive, nurturing cells. So the body can only take that for so long. So normally 50 minutes of playing, and then the rest is more of a tribe conversation, sharing the experiences, etc.
That's awesome. Do you ever get individuals with like chronic disease that they have maybe feel in their own experience that sound healing it's good for them, like it helps them?
Oh yeah, I have I actually have a few clients that have Alzheimer's disease, and they've been with me for a few years and they really see the benefit of the sound healing. Alice Trebek from Jeopardy had Alzheimer's, and he actually was getting sound healing every single week
Wow.
and saw a huge shift. Now he passed away now, but the
Mhm.
sound healing really, really helped him. Harvard University has done many studies with sound healing where people that have gone through cancer treatments heal a lot faster, like after chemo, if they get sound healing, because it regenerates healthy cells a lot faster. With my clients, Alzheimer's, chronic pain, arthritis, insomnia, those are like the big ones. Depression, anxiety, are huge when it comes to sound healing when they're looking for that, that physical healing in their life.
That's amazing. I feel like it's one of those things, right? That we know, as you said, like we always have the answers within. We always know that just music and sound, it's so healing on its own, right? Like we play music when we're happy, or we play music to feel happy or celebrate or something. And it just feels so great all the time. When you do this sound healing, do you use it like, is there individuals that are ill and have to have it like all the time? What's the most common sessions that you get? Is it like once every other week, once a month? What's a good timing for someone that wants to help their body if they're ill in some way?
So I definitely recommend at least twice a month
Twice.
for sound healing. I have, because I do have accessibility to or offer classes every week. I mean, I have people that have been coming to my weekly classes for years, and they tell me that their body literally asks for the healing. Like
Hmm.
they'll skip a week and they're like, "Oh my God, I need this." Um, they feel heavy, they can't sleep. So definitely having it at least twice a month is my recommendation for sure.
That's awesome. And I love that you said you do also online
So
sessions.
I do not do sound healing online.
Oh, okay.
Not only meditation sessions where they're guided. Um, for me, and this is just my personal opinion, other sound healers do things online and they feel fine with it. Personally, I just feel that for a healing to actually work, you have to be in person.
Oh, okay.
You want to feel the vibrations. You want to be in that space. It's very different when you're on like this, or if you're listening with like, earbuds. Now, are you getting some healing? Absolutely. But in my practice, I do things in person.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit more ideal to be there. It always in person, it's gonna be a different experience for sure. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, in my meditation membership, like for those that um, can't, I
Hmm.
do offer recordings of my healings and they find it very beneficial. But I definitely prefer a face to face.
Yeah. I mean, there's really nothing like being right there in person with whoever is providing this sound healing, right? It's definitely a better experience, I guess. Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
that's super amazing. What are some of the other amazing experience that you had with sound healing during your practice?
For me or my clients?
Or both?
For both. I think that over, like I hear my clients that are consistent, like I said earlier, they tell me all the time that their body actually craves the sound, which is beautiful and amazing. One of my biggest, I think, kind of like wow moments
Mm-hmm.
is one of my Alzheimer's clients who he got diagnosed 3 years ago and gets a scan every year to see where the disease is, and they haven't seen any progression on the Alzheimer's since they started working with me,
That's amazing.
which is mind blowing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's like a real, true, person
Yeah.
who you're
True
helping.
statement. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now for me as the healer, I think every time I sit and I play, it it's such a blessing. It's like it shifts me inside. It allows me to share such an amazing gift with individuals.
Mm-hmm.
I specifically love when I play in Sedona because I do play on a vortex and it is intense, like really intense. And I think that's like a big wow for me when I'm at a retreat and we've been together every single day for a few days and we're really sharing that space consistently and we heal together. That's really a big wow factor for me. Absolutely.
That's amazing. I like that you mentioned your experience as the healer. Do you feel like every time you also play, you receive the healing? Because I know you're taking care of all a group and you're providing this service, but like when you do it, do you feel also, is it I'm guessing it's a different experience you given the experience as just receiving it.
I definitely feel like I'm getting a healing. Oh yeah, absolutely. I there's a lot of clarity that comes to me while I'm playing. Like I said, I play by intuition. So when I'm reading the room, the energy. But at the end of the day, if I've had, let's say, 3 classes, I'm definitely vibrating really high and I sleep like a baby. So definitely I do feel like I receive um the healing. I think that when we are considered healers and we have that exchange of energy with our
Mm-hmm.
clients, they're giving to you as you are giving to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe that sincerely in my heart, especially when I'm meditating with people, or when I've been off for like like I was just off for 2 weeks for Christmas and New Year's, and I can feel the absence, like in my heart, of meditating with another person because they do provide me with so much healing when I am in that state of
Mm-hmm.
meditative state of healing with them. And my own body craves it to be in that space where I'm holding space for others. Absolutely.
I love that. That's just amazing. You're full of good vibes.
Good. Yes.
Yay. No, that's awesome. Yay. No, I mean, like my intention with this was that for anyone out there that has never tried sound healing, um, to definitely go out there and try it. It's just so relaxing. It feels so good. Personally, I love it. Um, for anyone that's near Arizona, please, you know, try carrying out. It's really great. Or just anywhere where you are, just definitely try it. This conversation has been amazing. Is there anything else that you would like to tell all of our audience, all those that have tried it and all those that are like, oh, what is this? Should I try it?
So I mean, to close it out, I think that you never know what you don't like or what you are gonna like until you try it.
Mhm.
Normally group classes are very affordable. Just go to a group, see what your experience is. Go with an open heart. That's the
Yeah.
most important aspect. Let go of the fear of the unknown and just trust. Because when we fear, we're lacking trust. But if we go with an open heart and we're like, you know what, I'm going to see where this takes me, it could be that seed that you're waiting so you can bloom. So 100% try it. What do you got to lose? And see how you feel afterwards.
Yeah, no, thank you for sure. Everybody out there, let's go and try it this weekend. Look for one around where you live and go try it. You're just going to feel so much relaxed and less stress. If anyone wants to get in touch with you or see about your meditation classes and retreats, because I mean, those retreats sound amazing. Where can they find you?
Sure. So my website is openlotusmeditation.com. A lot of information is on there. Openlotusmeditation.com, my services. You can actually schedule a free 30-minute consultation with me. They're completely free right on my website as well. Or you can contact me at Karen@openlotusmeditation.com. That's my email. Or you can either text me as well at my phone number 267 303-0577. I make it really easy to get a hold of me. And I'm a real person. So if you text me and you don't hear right back, please be patient. That means I'm either with a client, and Sundays are my family days. So I tend not to answer any business phone calls on that date, but the following day, I'm definitely there. So if you're interested in learning more, if you want to have a free consultation, if you need help getting started in your meditation journey, please, please, please feel free to contact me. I will make space for you, even if you see that my calendar is blocked or you're like, oh my God, this woman's booked out. Send me a message because sometimes I can actually move some things around and get you in a lot sooner. And those 30-minute consultations I can do virtually. So it doesn't matter where you are. I
Mhm.
have clients in Japan and Ireland. So there's no limit to our connection at any time.
Awesome. And I will put all your information on the show notes so they can find you. And everybody, if you need to know anything else about my show, you can find me at alexbelgood.com. And you can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere. Also, remember, my book is out. You can find it on Amazon and Barnes& and Noble. It's called Parents Are Greatest Teachers. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. And thank you, Karen, for everything. Everybody, have a blessed day. Thank you.